So is this something that you find is, I'm not too sure if you'd be able to answer this, but is this something that you find is more and more becoming common with artists these days? Because in the olden times, you'd have people who would perform using live instruments all the time. But I'm finding that nowadays, more artists are using electronic devices or on-screen producing kits. Is this something that you find is, would you say this is where the future is, or would you pay homage to the past as well?
Yeah, the floor when we were writing it, so we called it that. It's just silly stuff like that.
What about the name garlic elephant? Is that anything to do with food? Do you want to eat an elephant with garlic on it or something?
I was eating garlic at the time.
Oh yeah, I wanted a song about an elephant because I love elephants and he was eating garlic bread. So
that is,
there we go.
That's it.
A random thing.
Yeah.
All right, let me put this one to you. You've heard the music of Jimmy.
Yeah.
And that's like, I'd say futuristic from my point of view. And you're like traditional drums, guitar, bass guitar. Is it possible to have something where you both come together? Is that possible in your...
It's definitely possible.
Yeah,
I mean, I really enjoy.
This film is brought to you by the National Office of Animal Health, NOAA.
Which is the organisation that represents the animal health industry.
In it, we aim to help consumers explore some of the myths surrounding animal medicines in food production. We want to know where they've been living. Have they been kept in a shed, or are they free to wander about?
Are they being treated kindly by the farmer?
And what about their diets? Are they being fed with good, natural produce?
And then there's the question of health. Have the animals been sick? Have they been treated with any medicines?
There seem to be quite a few misconceptions about the use of animal medicines and the impact, if any, that they might have on the consumer. Some other medicines leave residues, but permissible safety margins are huge and pose no danger to the public. Samples of animal products from the UK and abroad are constantly tested for these residues. Growth hormones have been banned throughout the EU since 1988, and the ban is strictly in force. But what about vaccinations or other medicines? 72% of respondents believe that vaccines or other animal medicines caused harm to consumers or were unsure. Consumers are key when it comes to the food chain, and it's all our responsibility to make sure that safety messages are coming across clearly. And at the same time, there should be a high level of knowledge out there with the consumer.
NOAA would like to see everyone in the industry working together to achieve these aims.
Let's think about a relatively cheap night out. So you've got your bar bill, that's £15. Club entry, call it a fiver. Food on the way home, £3. That's £23 a night. A couple of nights like that a week, and that's roughly £1,840 a year. Of course, some of what you pay out may not apply to you, as you may decide to live in halls for your first year and save a few pennies. Or you might decide to live at home because mum and dad don't charge you rent, and that's if you're lucky. Second and third year students generally tend to live off campus in private accommodations where costs may increase. But it's not impossible to manage though, even if it does feel like it's coming in one hand and out the other. And it all depends on where in the UK you decide to study as well. Some places like London, for example, have a very high cost of living. Staffordshire, by comparison, is much more affordable, which means you'll have more money left in your pockets to get by, and you may not even have to work.